So today I want to talk about the recent Trump interview on Newsmax, where he essentially just completely dodged the question on if he would pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. And yeah, so let's watch it.
Let me ask you, Mr. President, just about pardons. I've got three names for you. And the first one, look, the media didn't care about this story when Joe Biden was in office. Suddenly they care about this story again. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, they care about it again because Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files. Yeah, they're going to care about it, especially when now he went from like, oh yeah, we got to release them, we're going to release them, to like, oh, I don't want to hurt anyone, yeah, he's talking about hurting himself, I'm sure. He knows he's in the list, and he doesn't want that to be released.
Maxwell serving 20 years in prison for sex trafficking. Is clemency on the table for her in exchange for testimony?
I'm allowed to do it, but nobody's asked me to do it. I know nothing about it. I don't know anything about the case.
Like, yeah, what is that? Like, I have the right to do it. I'm allowed to do it. Like, he's implying, yeah, I'm going to do it, right? Because if he wasn't going to, he would just say no. No, I'm not going to. Why would I pardon her? She helped one of the most notorious sex traffickers for years. Why would you fucking pardon her?
But I know I have the right to do it. I have the right to give pardons. I've given pardons to people before.
Yeah.
But nobody's even asked me to do it.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something. But
Yeah. Where the fuck did he get that from? What do you mean half innocent? Did he not do the fucking Diddy parties? Or the sex trafficking? What does half innocent mean?
Yeah. He was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And it's hard,
Wait, so it has nothing to do with the sex trafficking or the diddling kids and shit. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's that he wasn't nice to him when he announced his campaign. That's why he won't pardon him. That's crazy. What the fuck?
Like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know. It's more difficult. It makes it more. I'm being honest. It makes it more difficult to do.
So again, Trump's implying that he would have pardoned Diddy if he just didn't say mean things about him when he announced his campaign. Again, nothing to do with the Diddy parties or the sex trafficking, diddling kids. He's not even thinking about that. He's just thinking about the fucking mean things he said to him on the campaign. Okay.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
oh, more likely a no. Not a definite no. Just, yeah, probably not.
what about George Santos?
Boy.
He just went away, 7 years.
He was, he lied like hell, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
And I didn't know him,
True.
but he was 100% for Trump. But I didn't, I might have met him, maybe not, I don't know. But he was a congressman and his vote was solid. It sounds like a lot. He got in. You could blame the other side for not checking him out.
Yeah.
He didn't do all those things that he said.
Local news missed it. Everybody missed it.
Well, you could say
What? Wait, so it's the left's fault that they didn't do enough investigation into him? What are you talking about? So, yeah, they didn't have a hit piece ready before the election, so it's the Democrats' fault that he committed all those crimes, I guess. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay.
the media missed it. Everybody missed it. They found out about this stuff after the election was won. So nobody's talking.
And he still did it. So what are you talking about?
Talk to me about it. So they really, they haven't talked to me about the two. They have talked to me about.
Also, yeah, who is they? And why does he keep saying, like, oh, they haven't talked to me about it? You're the fucking president. They're not the ones with the power to pardon. You are. Like, this is why I didn't get why everyone was like, oh, like, like people are making decisions for Biden behind the scenes, or like Hunter is doing it of all people. When for Trump, it's like he's openly just saying like, oh, no one asked me to do it, so I'm not gonna do it. Or like with the executive orders, where it's very obvious this is the first time he's fucking seeing them when he's signing them, because he's being explained by whoever's handing it to him, like what the executive order is, and he's like, oh wow, that's a very nice idea, very nice, very nice. It's like he didn't even fucking read it, he doesn't even know what it says, and then he's like, oh yeah, that sounds great, and he signs off on it. It sounds like there's other people running his fucking administration way more than there was for Biden, like. But to MAGA, it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter, not at all, because he's like anti-woke and he's like mega based or some shit.
Sean, but they haven't talked to me about the two. But again, with him.
Also, yeah, sorry, I just completely skipped over that. Who are these people that are talking about pardoning Diddy? What? Jeez. Like, I want to know who these people are, man. Because that's fucking weird.
The right to do it. Nobody asked me.
I have every right to do it.
But it's interesting. Is it 7 years?
7 years. He just went away.
That's a long time.
Your Deputy Attorney General sat down with Ghislaine Maxwell for 9 hours. I'm just wondering when the American people get to hear what she said during that interview.
Well, I don't know, because I haven't spoken about it, but he's a very talented.
Of course he doesn't know.
Guy, Todd Blanche. And.
Which means probably not happening.
And a very straight shooter.
Yeah.
And I think he probably wanted to know, just to get a feeling of it, because we'd like to release everything, but we don't want people to get hurt that shouldn't be hurt.
Yeah.
And I would assume that was why he was there. I want to release everything. I just don't want people to get hurt. You can't have people associated. First of all, the files were run by some very bad people and very sick people like Comey and Lisa, the whole group, all those people in that office. They ran those files for 4 years. And if they were going to use the files, they would have used it before my election.
Okay.
Because unless they're stupid, which to a certain extent they are stupid.
You're saying they would have released the information.
Well, they had the files. They control the files. Yes. I didn't control the files. They control the files for 4 years.
But this is irrelevant because you control them now. So release it all now. Like, yeah, why is he stuck in the past constantly like, oh, well, like Biden didn't do this shit or whatever? Like, dude, you're the president now. You do it. You release the files. But he won't, because he's fucking scared, because he's on it. And he doesn't want people to see what's actually in there about him.
So if they had something, they would have released it before the election, because they are not geniuses, but, they're evil.
Right.
There are a lot of evil people. So I can't really tell you much other than Todd went in, and I think he just wants to make sure that innocent people aren't hurt. But you'd have to speak to him about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's complete bullshit. But anyways, so after the interview that they're talking about with the Justice Department that Ghislaine Maxwell had, she ended up getting moved to a minimum security prison as opposed to like a maximum security prison, I'm assuming, which makes me believe that there's an even higher chance that she'll be pardoned by Trump, because why would they move her to this if, they weren't planning on cutting some sort of deal? It's just kind of suspicious, And I think it's also worth noting that Trump was one of the people that sent Epstein a birthday letter, which was very weirdly worded, by the way. But regardless, it just adds to the evidence that he was pretty close with Epstein. He wasn't just like a random business partner or, just someone that he ran into sometimes. They were pretty close. So it's a little weird. And yeah, so, and there's also pictures of both of them together. Well, actually, this is one picture, and then there's a video. This is a picture from the video, but there's a video of them together. And yeah, so it really makes you think why he's so reluctant to release the files, and also why he might be pretty willing to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. And to go back to Newsmax interview, there was actually a moment on there where he's talking about his press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, where he just sounds like really creepy. Like, yeah, you have to see this.
Answer this. I didn't realize she'd be in the room, but she's on my list. Caroline Leavitt.
She's become a star. It's that face, it's that brain, it's those lips, the way they move like she's a machine gun.
Like, ew, why is he like constantly talking about her looks in this? Like, it's really weird. Like, he's talking about like her face and her lips, and like in the way he says to like it's those lips. Like, ew, dude. Like, what? You're like you're 80 something. You're in your 80s, bro. What is she like? I think it said 27 on the New York Times article I read about this. She's not even 30, and this dude's like, I'm pretty sure he's over 80. That's weird, dude. Why are you like basically like sexualizing her like that? It's so creepy. And for the final part of this video, I'm just gonna show you guys the cope that we've been seeing online with the Epstein files. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, but like, this is just one guy. There's a lot more examples, but this is a Republican political strategist, and this is what he said back in February about the Epstein files, when it seemed like Trump was very willing to release them, right? He's like, the Epstein files come tomorrow. Any living people on that list should immediately be jailed. And then once it's like all of a sudden Trump starts getting more wishy-washy about it, and it's revealed that it's because Trump's actually on the list. He's actually mentioned in the Epstein files. This is what the guy said. He said, this is so funny, dude. Being in the Epstein files doesn't mean you're a pedophile. Epstein was a member of Mar-a-Lago for years until Trump threw him out. Of course, there will be incidental mentions of Trump. Give me a break with this non-story. Like, the fucking cope in that tweet is crazy. Oh my god. Like, what do you mean incidental mentions? If he's in those files, there's a good chance he's doing some weird shit. You know, he's in there for a reason. It's not just like he just happens to be in there. He just happens to be mentioned for, you know, no reason. He's just there because, you know, they interacted before. No. You would think if this is like a real fucking document, he would have been mentioned there because he was like a part of all of the like actual criminal shit that was going on related to Epstein, right? You know, namely the child sex trafficking. But yeah, and I also want to mention that this is the same dude that he pretended to be a black woman on Twitter. Like, I'm sure he was trying to tweet on an alternate account, and he didn't. He forgot to switch accounts. So he ended up tweeting this on his main account. He posts a picture of a black woman saying that that's him, when his profile picture is right here. Like, yeah, dude, clearly that's not you. But yeah, I just thought that was funny to mention at the end. It just, the whole thing with the Trump and Epstein shit is crazy, dude. Like, he might even pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. It's ridiculous. But anyways, if you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.